In the rains, Kerala seems to become a different world. Nature adorns herself in every imaginable shade of emerald. The paddy fields, the coconut groves, the hills disappearing into the monsoon clouds. There is something almost magical in this scene, as though Prakriti herself has paused for a moment to take a few deep breaths, to listen to the silence, and simply admire her own beauty. And then there is the absolute quiet of the early mornings. The presence of ancient temples adds another dimension, a sense of spirituality that gently settles within us until something inside becomes still too. Kerala Kshetradanam in Karkidakam is an experience perhaps best felt rather than put into words. Amid the quiet greenery, near the Mangalam river stands the Anjumoorthy temple, a rare confluence of Vaishnava, Shaiva and Shakta traditions. At its heart is the Swayambhu Mahasudarshana Murti, along with the Mahavishnu idol, with the concealed Narasimha Murti beneath. Shiva, Ganapati and Katyayani Devi make up the 5 shrines in this temple. Temple tradition traces its origin to Kashyapa Maharshi, and the story of how Narasimha, Mahavishnu and the powerful Sudarshana form came together here gives this ancient shrine an unusual character. A short drive away at Kavassery is the Parakkattu Bhagavathy temple, an old shrine believed to date back to around the 17th century. Here, goddess Bhadrakali is worshipped as the fierce and the protective mother who vanquished the Asura Paran. The 7-day annual festival brings this ancient legend alive through ritual and celebration. Yet, within the quiet temple presence, it is the powerful presence of Bhadrakali, fierce in form but protective in spirit, that leaves the lasting impression. Deep in the village of Pallassana stands the ancient Meenkulathi Bhagavathy temple, believed to date back to around 13th century. According to tradition, the goddess travelled here with the Velan Mudaliyar community from Chidambaram, appearing in the form of a fish beneath an umbrella. Nestled between Gayatri and Ikshu rivers is Thiru Kachamkurissi, one of Kerala's ancient Vishnu temples and a kshetram closely associated with Kashyapa Maharshi. Temple tradition tells us that the Mahavishnu idol was created by Vishwakarma at the Lord's command and entrusted to Kashyapa, who installed it here in the valley of Govindamala. The presiding deity is Mahavishnu, seated majestically upon Ananta, with Lakshmi and Bhudevi beside him. The temple's circular two-tiered Sri Koval is particularly distinctive with its traditional Kerala architecture in granite, brick and copper. There is also a standing Vishnu idol in the temple, in whom devotees recognize the presence of Sri Rama. Thripallavoor Shiva temple is an important Shiva temple and is traditionally associated with Khara Maharshi of Ramayana. According to the temple tradition, Khara worshipped Shiva here and a Swayambhu Linga emerged from the earth for his worship. He is also believed to have consecrated two other lingas at Payyalore and Thripallavoor. The temple is distinctive for its circular, west-facing Sri Koval and the Tirthakulam, directly before the sanctum, created according to tradition so that the fierce aspect of Lord's gaze first falls upon the water. The temple also becomes famous through the legendary Pallavur trio, whose mastery of Kerala's temple percussion carried the name of Pallavur far and wide. The ancient Akhileshwara Swami Shiva temple is situated about 5 kilometers from Nemmara. The distinctive circular two-tiered Sri Koval encloses an unusual double Pradakshina paths. Even more striking is Nandi, placed beside the southern wall rather than facing the sanctum, traditionally linked to the belief that Shiva here is immersed in deep penance. Kulangara Bhagavathy temple at Kunniseri is an ancient shrine where the goddess is worshipped in the gentle form of Sri Durga. The eight-armed deity seated in the sanctum holds the Shankar, Chakram, Gada, Lotus, Trident, Bow, Arrow and Rope. Its festival calendar is held during the month of Meenam, when the temple remains open through the night, adding to the unique atmosphere of this quiet village shrine. Completing the trio of temples in Palakkad district associated with Khara Maharshi is the Thripallavoor Shiva temple, standing beside the Gayatri river. What makes Thripallavoor particularly distinctive is its Shaiva Vaishnava character. Within the same complex are separate shrines for Shiva, Mahavishnu and Narasimhamurthy. The temple is also an important center for Pitru Tarpanam. Killikurishit Mangalam Mahadeva temple at Lakkidi is an ancient shrine associated with Sukha Brahma Rishi, who is believed to have installed here a linga once worshipped by Brahma in the Sankalpa of Dakshinamurti immersed in deep penance. This belief gives the temple its distinctive character. Even today, festive noise is restrained. The annual rituals are conducted quietly, respecting the Lord's penance. This Bhagavathy temple is an ancient kaavus centered around two shrines. The Thare kaavus dedicated to Swayambhu Durga Bhagavathy and the male kaavus where Bhadrakali is worshipped as Chinnakkattur Nallamma. The kaavus is renowned for Chinnakkattur Puram, celebrated in Kumbham with elephants, folk performances and 17 days of Tol Pavakuttu preceding the festival. Perched atop a hill at the heart of Thiruvilvamala is the magnificent Sri Vilvadrinatha temple, one of Kerala's most important Rama temples. The imposing idol of Rama, nearly 5 feet tall, is traditionally believed to be Swayambhu. What makes this shrine particularly special is the presence of both Rama and Lakshmana, worshipped in two separate twin sanctums, a rare tradition in India. Thiru, on the banks of Bharatapuzha, stands the remarkable Anjumoorthy temple, unique for its 5 principal shrines. According to tradition, the 5 Pandava brothers each consecrated a shrine to Vishnu here. The temple later gained a Swayambhu Shivalinga, making this an unusual sacred place where 4 Vishnu shrines and 1 Shiva shrine are regarded as equally important. The temple is also associated with the ancient tradition of Pitru Tarpana. Kodalil Mahavishnu temple at Kumbidi is an ancient shrine dedicated to Lord Vamanamurthy, traditionally believed to have been consecrated by Koda Maharshi. The 4-armed deity, carved in black granite, holds the Shankh, Chakram, Kamandalu and Danda. Though small, the east-facing temple follows the classic Kerala architectural tradition with a distinctive 2-tiered Sri Kovil and intricately carved laterite details. temple is an ancient temple complex where Shiva, Vishnu, and Bhagavathy are worshipped together. The oldest shrine is dedicated to Shiva and is traditionally believed to have been consecrated by Khara Maharshi. The complex also houses shrines for Lakshmi Narasimha and Bhadrakali along with Ganapati and Ayyappa. It is this unusual coming together of three principal deities that gives Karkidakam its distinctive sacred character. At Sukapuram stands a rare temple dedicated to Dakshinamurti. According to legend, Sri Sukha Brahma Rishi installed two Shivalingas here, an east-facing Shiva and, at the auspicious arrival of a peacock, a south-facing Dakshinamurti. Interestingly, no festivals are held here, as tradition holds that festive noise would disturb Dakshinamurti in his deep yogic meditation. We explored a remarkable cluster of ancient shrines traditionally associated with Adi Shankaracharya. At its heart is the male kaavus dedicated to Adi Parashakti, worshipped here as Mukkutala Bhagavathi. Melpattur Narayana Bhattatiri, composer of Narayaniyam, is believed to have spent his final days here and attained moksha. At Kanankavu, Bhadrakali is worshipped in her fierce form. Raktishwaram is dedicated to Shiva. Kadavallur Mahavishnu Temple is an ancient shrine in northern Thrissur, dedicated to Lord Rama and is today a protected monument. Kadavallur is perhaps best known for its extraordinary Vedic tradition. Every year, the temple hosts the Kadavallur Anyunyam, an 8-day oral examination in Rig Veda chanting, where scholars demonstrate their mastery of this ancient knowledge system. This kaavus at Chalisheri is an ancient shrine dedicated to Durga Bhagavathi, where the goddess is worshipped in a rare Swayambhu form. Local tradition connects this kaavus with two other sacred sites, Mukkutala and Rairanallur, believing that goddess's head rests at Mukkutala, her breast here at Chalisheri, and her feet at Rairanallur. The temple takes its name from two unusual breast-shaped stones preserved in the sanctum. Panniyur Sri Varahamurthy Temple is one of Kerala's ancient Vaishnavite shrines traditionally believed to have been consecrated by Lord Parshurama. The temple was once spiritual center of one of the 64 traditional Brahmin settlements and a major seat of Vedic learning. The presiding deity is Varahamurthy in sitting pose with 4 arms bearing the discus, lotus and a bow, embracing Bhudevi on his left lap. The temple also has shrines dedicated to Lakshmi Narayana, Shiva, Subramanya, and several other deities. And so, our journey through Kerala's sacred landscape comes to a close at Guruvayur with the blessings of Guruvayurappan and Mammiyur Mahadeva. Some journeys end at a destination. This one, we hope, continues within us.